Okay guys, we are live. So let me double check that we have the sound once again. Should be good to go. All right. I think we're good. Thanks for letting me know about the sound. We should be all set and good to go here. So let me go back and talk about what I got cut off on because I was waiting for the sound to get back in. All right, so what we're working on here is we have our 3 pieces of flooring in. So this is all dried and in from last night. One question I wanted to answer from a viewer had to do with why we were covering up the screw holes with epoxy in case we needed to access them again in the future. So we don't need to access them again ever. When we do a floor install, it is permanent. This floor will be here forever unless the customer wants to rip it out and do something different. So the adhesives that we use, like the marine adhesive to attach the foam to the floor, the foam to the wood, and then next we're going to be attaching with a special epoxy, a 2-part epoxy from Lawn Seal. So that's the company right here that I was showing you guys just a second ago. This company. So these products, specifically this one, this is the one that we're using today. So we're installing this product and no affiliation with the company, just we really like the product. That is going in the floor. So what we're doing by covering up the screw heads and putting epoxy on these transition gaps is we want to make sure that we have a nice smooth transition and we don't have a bump in the material, because that little bump will make like a little air gap. Because the floor needs to be super flat, we'll be using a trowel to trowel on the epoxy. For the epoxy to adhere to bare wood well, we're going to need to use a product right here, which is called a bonding primer. So this right here, it's a waterborne bonding primer, and it's a urethane acrylic. And so this is specifically made to take wood, or there's other products on here. For example, let's see here. Interior, exterior surfaces, including PVC, vinyl, plastic, glass, tile, glazed block, glossy paints, powder coated siding, fiberglass, galvanized materials, ideal for plaster, drywall, and wood substrates in commercial, institutional, and residential applications. So we put this on the floor. That allows our epoxy to adhere very well. And once we do that, we will take our floor, which is that material that I just showed you. So I took the top of it off so you guys could see it a little bit better. So here's our material. And we trowel the epoxy on because it's almost like a carpet. It's a paper backed material, and that allows it to absorb onto the material itself. It's almost like a fabric, I guess you would say. But that holds the floor down. This floor is used in all kinds of environments. It's used in specifically the marine industry. So when we go to look up this product online, you'll see we go to Lawn Seal's website, and if we scroll down to the bottom, well, actually we'll go to product. Let's see here. We want to go to, we'll go to marine. Click learn more. And they've got music playing. Anyway, you click on marine and you'll go to find the product, and the product we're using is Longcoin 1. This product is used in all kinds of different scenarios. So this is on a boat. Have it like some engineering facility right here. Trains, science lab. Actually, I think that's a photo lab. And then this one is just like, you know, if you want to get more designer, different colors. And it's made for extremely high traffic areas, commercial use, as well as these industries. So we have, let's zoom in here. So corporate, fitness, retail, exterior decking, marine, specialty vehicles. So it's extremely resilient. Resilience in high traffic interiors for decades. Yeah, so that's what we're using, this product. So we're just prepping our floor. This is the final, pretty much the final step of our flooring install. So once we paint this on and we let it dry, we're going to unroll the lawn sill and then we're going to put it down. We're going to, since we have these covers down here at the end, so these kind of decorative trim pieces, but they're also made to take abuse. So it's powder coated steel. And it's going to cap off our end. And we purchased this from AVC Rig. There's no affiliation there. This is just a good product. So this is going to go right here on the back of the cap. When we get finished with everything. And so when we do get finished, what we're going to do, actually let me back up. Since this cover is going to go here, so let me take a marker. So we'll just mark this. Okay. So when I take this off, you'll see that there's that line. That line is going to be hidden. And then what we're going to do is we take the center line of the van, which is, let's just say it's right about right there. And we're going to unroll the lawn sill flooring. Going to roll it all the way back. It's actually going to hang off a little bit. We got 12 feet, and we only need, I think, 11. Actually, I will confirm that, so you guys know exactly how long this floor is. It's the point of what we do here at the channel. Let's see if I can find my good tape measure. Everybody has a good tape measure, right? Stanley makes a tape measure called Fat Max. It's the only tape measure to get because it extends all the way out nice and easy. Let's see if we got our people back here on the channel. All right. So our floor is 11 feet 6 1/4 inches at its longest point. At its widest point, all right, I'm guessing 63. Let's see how good I am with my memory. Up 67.5. Actually, hold on. Let's get super technical here. So the van from the Adventure Wagon frame to frame is 69. The floor is 68. So we come back a 1/2 inch on each side. All right. So once we put this down, it dries, we trowel out our lawn sill, because the trowel is important because there's a specified thickness of all the ridges, kind of like doing tile. So you need to specifically have a certain height so that when you roll the lawn sill on, you don't have these like bubbles within the material. As you can imagine, if you put epoxy down, it kind of runs and moves. So you don't want a big glob of it in one area where you heavily troweled and then minimally troweled in another area. The final step is you need to rent a 100-pound roller from like a rental company. Sunbelt Rentals, I think Home Depot also does it. But you rent that roller, and then you need to make sure before you use the roller on your new floor, what I do is I take a sanding pad and I sand all the steel roller wheels. I sand them down. I get any of the junk from some other contractors or something like that. I get them super clean. Then I clean them up with denatured alcohol. That way I know the rollers are really nice and clean. And then I roll my floor out. Because you don't want any like metal burrs or anything from some construction site that got on there. Also, you want to sand down any sharp edges. So you don't want it cutting into your floor, since it is a rental piece of item. I guess technically you could also put tape around it. You could wrap tape around it. I might do that. But really, what we need is we need the weight to really get that contact patch nice and put down. And it's very quick. So once we roll the thing out, once we roll it down, we haven't put our epoxy yet, but we roll it out. We're going to put a screw here. So we're going to line up our floor. We'll put a screw at the front just like this, and then we'll put a screw at the back. And we do that screw method. I forgot who I learned it from. So that you can put half of the material on the right and half on the left, and then you can fold one half over, work one side quickly, lay it down, put it down, peel the other side up, work that side really quick, and then put it back down. It's a really good method to manage your time because you have 7.5 minutes on each side. So you take the two-part, you pour it in a bucket. It needs to set for about 15 minutes for the reaction to start happening, and then you have 15 minutes after that to actually put it down. Things happen really quick. You gotta be ready. So that's what we're gonna get ready for. And then the other thing that we're gonna do is when we roll this out, we're gonna do a dry fit before this goes down. And I know this order is backwards, but don't worry, we're gonna put it in order in a video. But you need to roll it out. You need to pre-cut your sides, the holes in the floor, anything that's going to get in your way, gluing it down. Stuff that you can trim and remove now is better than doing it when you're in the moment. Because if you can imagine, if we're coming on this edge and we get caught up on this thing and we can't get it and it starts messing us up, you can't get the time back once you start the epoxy process. So you don't need to get caught up on trying to fix something or getting something unstuck because the clock is ticking. And we're going to do the epoxy live. So it'll be enjoyable for you, stressful for me. So stay tuned for that. I don't think we'll get it done today. Today is the epoxy and letting this dry overnight. And then tomorrow we'll... Actually, tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be here. Maybe we can knock it out in the morning. We'll see. This takes, let's see here. Yeah, 24 hours. You can, it's tack-free in 30, recoat 3 to 4 hours, top coat with second component paint. So technically that would be our epoxy in 24 hours. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are going to we're going to sign off. We are going to, unless you guys have questions, we got 4 people actually watching right now. So, do you guys have any questions on the floor before I? We're going to come back another live stream. I need to let the epoxy dry for an hour, I'm gonna grab some food and I'll be back. But yeah, I got a couple minutes here to answer any questions if you guys have them. So let me know. While you're thinking of questions, let's see what else we're going to talk about. The thing I'm most excited about the floor getting in is, I keep saying things that happen quickly. They really do, because we don't need to modify the kitchen galleys. We've already grinded, modified. Our Isotherm Cruise 130 fridge has already been modified, cut, and repowder coated. So those things are just going to pop in. Our battery system is sitting over there on our bench. It's ready to go. It just needs to be disassembled partially and then reassembled back over here. But it's going to take us getting the floor in, because it needs to sit down. So right here on this edge, you see the wood that's removed. The wood that stays is the perimeter to hold the system down. And there's a lot of weight. But yeah. Okay. Looks like I don't have any questions, so stay tuned for the next episode. We will be installing our waterborne bonding primer, and that will get us in preparation for our floor. And bring your questions to the live stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And yeah, we will see you guys in the next stream coming up here shortly.